Hello and welcome. Today we are going to talk about something very important for our long-term health. We are going to discuss the forgotten fundamentals of good eating. This video is about choosing whole foods, not chasing the latest fads. If you find this information helpful, please consider subscribing for more simple health advice. Let's begin by talking about why so many new diet ideas seem to be aimed at us as we get older. You have likely seen them everywhere. They appear in magazines, on television, and all over the internet. These diets often have catchy names and promise amazing results in a very short time. They promise to help you lose weight quickly, reverse aging, or cure common ailments overnight. The reason older people are often targeted is because at this stage in our lives we are rightly concerned about our health. We want to maintain our independence, stay active, and enjoy our golden years to the fullest. This desire for good health makes us a hopeful audience. Marketers know this. They understand that we are looking for ways to feel better and live longer. So they package their products and plans as the perfect solution. They use persuasive language that speaks directly to our hopes and fears. But there is a significant danger in chasing these quick fixes. These fad diets often require you to cut out entire food groups. Some might tell you to avoid all carbohydrates, including healthy ones like potatoes and whole grains. Others might insist you drink nothing but special juices for days on end. These approaches are not sustainable for our bodies. They can lead to nutritional deficiencies, leaving you weak and tired. For example, a diet that eliminates all fats can rob your body of essential fatty acids needed for brain health. A diet that cuts out all carbs can leave you with no energy for your daily activities. Over time, jumping from one fad diet to another can be very confusing for your body. It can disrupt your metabolism, which is the engine that burns your food for energy. This can make it even harder to maintain a healthy weight in the long run. The real secret to lasting health is not a secret at all. It is not found in an expensive powder or a complicated eating plan. The true foundation of lasting health is found in simple, whole foods. These are the foods that our grandparents and their grandparents ate. These are the foods that have nourished humanity for centuries. Whole foods are foods that are in their most natural state. Think of an apple, a carrot, a piece of chicken, or a handful of nuts. They are not processed or filled with artificial ingredients. They are the building blocks of a truly healthy life. Embracing whole foods means returning to a simpler way of eating. It means choosing quality over quick promises. It is about nourishing your body with real food, not depriving it with fad diets. This approach is not a temporary fix. It is a lifelong habit that supports your health, your energy, and your well-being for years to come. Now let's talk about a very popular piece of advice we have all heard. We are often told to eat your colors, or eat the rainbow. This advice is well-intentioned. It comes from the fact that different colored fruits and vegetables contain different types of vitamins and antioxidants. The red in a tomato comes from lycopene, which is good for heart health. The orange in a carrot comes from beta-carotene, which our bodies turn into vitamin A for good vision. The green in spinach comes from chlorophyll and contains iron and folate. So, the idea of eating a variety of colors does have a basis in science. But this simple advice has been twisted by marketing. It has turned into a reason for you to buy expensive, exotic, and often imported superfoods. You might see articles telling you that you absolutely need purple goji berries from the Himalayas, or that your health depends on acai bowls made from berries grown deep in the Amazon. You might feel pressured to find strange-looking rainbow-colored carrots or purple potatoes at a specialty store. This is where we need to debunk the myth. You do not need to chase these exotic, costly foods to be healthy. The idea that you must have a perfect rainbow of rare foods on your plate every day is simply not necessary. In fact, it can be counterproductive. It makes healthy eating seem complicated and expensive. Instead, the focus should be on something much simpler and more sensible. Focus on local and seasonal produce. These are the fruits and vegetables that are grown in your own region and are available at certain times of the year. There are many good reasons for this. Local produce is usually fresher. It does not have to travel thousands of miles to get to your grocery store. It is picked at its peak ripeness, which means it often contains more nutrients than produce that was picked early to survive a long journey. Think about a strawberry from a local farm in the summer. It is bright red, sweet, and bursting with flavor. Compare that to a strawberry you might find in the middle of winter. which has traveled from another country. It is often pale, hard, and less flavorful. The local strawberry is not just more delicious, it is likely more nutritious. Your body is also naturally adapted to the foods that grow in your environment. For generations, people ate what was available to them season by season. Our bodies developed a rhythm based on these foods. Eating seasonally helps you stay in tune with this natural rhythm. Let's also consider the benefits of humble, familiar foods. These are the foods that might not get a lot of media attention, but are nutritional powerhouses. A simple green cabbage is a perfect example. It is incredibly affordable and available almost everywhere. Cabbage is packed with vitamin C and vitamin K. 1 cup of chopped cabbage gives you about half of your daily needs for vitamin C. That is almost as much as a small orange. It is also rich in fiber, which is wonderful for digestion. You do not need expensive kale powder when you have humble cabbage. Consider the common potato. Potatoes have gotten a bad reputation, but a simple baked or boiled potato is incredibly healthy. A medium-sized potato with the skin on contains more potassium than a banana. Potassium is vital for maintaining healthy blood pressure. It is also a good source of vitamin B6 and fiber. Then there are apples. An apple a day really can help keep the doctor away. They are full of fiber, particularly a type called pectin, which helps to lower cholesterol. You do not need to seek out an exotic fruit from a faraway land when a simple local apple is so beneficial. The same goes for carrots, onions, and beets. These are not glamorous foods. They do not get featured on the cover of health magazines. But they are reliable, affordable, and packed with the nutrients our bodies need. Onions, for example, contain a powerful antioxidant called quercetin, which helps to reduce inflammation. Beets are wonderful for blood flow and can help with stamina. The point is that variety is important, but it should be a simple variety. A red apple, a green head of cabbage, an orange carrot, a white onion, and a purple beet. That is a beautiful, healthy rainbow right there. And it is all made from foods that are affordable, familiar, and easy to find. So let go of the pressure to eat exotic superfoods. Embrace the simple, powerful produce that is grown closer to home. Your body and your wallet will thank you for it. Let's now explore the art of simplicity in our eating habits. This idea connects directly to what we just discussed about humble foods. When we look at people around the world who live the longest and healthiest lives, we often find a common theme. These people, sometimes called centenarians, do not eat complicated meals. They do not follow fad diets. They eat simply. Think about the traditional diets in places like Sardinia in Italy or Okinawa in Japan. The people there have a remarkable number of individuals who live to be over 100 years old. Their secret is not a magic pill or a complex nutritional formula. It is the art of simplicity. Their meals are typically made from a few high-quality ingredients. In Sardinia, a common meal might be a hearty soup made with beans, garden vegetables, and a piece of whole grain bread. In Okinawa, they eat a lot of sweet potatoes, leafy greens, and a small amount of fish. These are not fancy meals. They are simple, nourishing, and deeply satisfying. The power of this approach lies in eating single-ingredient foods. What is a single-ingredient food? It is a food that is just itself. An apple is a single-ingredient food. An egg is a single-ingredient food. A potato, a piece of fish, a handful of almonds, these are all single-ingredient foods. There is no list of strange chemicals on their label because they do not need a label. They are pure and simple. Now contrast that with most of the items you find in the center aisles of the grocery store. Pick up a box of crackers, a frozen dinner, or a protein bar. Turn it over and look at the ingredient list. You will often find a long list of 20, 30, or even more ingredients. Many of these will be things you cannot pronounce, like sodium hexametaphosphate or butylated hydroxytoluene. These are not foods. They are food-like products that have been engineered in a lab to have a long shelf life and to be highly palatable. When you choose single-ingredient foods, you are in complete control of what goes into your body. You are getting pure nutrition, without the hidden sugars, unhealthy fats, and chemical additives. This leads us to the importance of traditional cooking methods. The longest-living people in the world do not prepare their food in complicated ways. They rely on simple techniques like boiling, steaming, roasting, and stewing. These methods are gentle on the food. They help to preserve the nutrients within the ingredients. Boiling vegetables, for instance, can make them easier to digest. Making a stew allows all the flavors of the meat and vegetables to meld together beautifully, and you consume all the nutrients that have cooked into the broth. Roasting brings out the natural sweetness in root vegetables like carrots and sweet potatoes. These simple cooking methods stand in stark contrast to many modern ways of preparing food. Deep frying, for example, adds a huge amount of unhealthy fat and calories to food. Many packaged sauces and marinades are loaded with sugar, salt, and artificial flavors. Complicated recipes that call for dozens of processed ingredients can turn a potentially healthy meal into something that is difficult for your body to handle. This brings us to a crucial point for older adults: digestion. As we age, our digestive systems can become more sensitive. Complicated, highly processed foods can be very hard on our bodies. They can lead to uncomfortable symptoms like bloating, gas, indigestion, and heartburn. Your stomach and intestines have to work much harder to break down these complex artificial substances. Simple, whole foods are much easier to digest. When you eat a meal of baked fish, steamed broccoli, and a boiled potato, your body knows exactly what to do. It can easily break down these natural foods and absorb the valuable nutrients inside. This means you get more energy from your food and experience less digestive discomfort. Minimizing processed foods and complicated recipes is one of the kindest things you can do for your body. It is not about deprivation. It is about choosing foods that make you feel good, both during the meal and for hours afterward. It is about finding joy in the simple, clean flavors of real food. Imagine a simple, comforting bowl of lentil soup. It contains lentils, carrots, celery, and onions cooked in a simple broth. It is warm, nourishing, and easy on your system. Now imagine a highly processed canned soup from the store. It may have a similar name, but its ingredient list includes modified cornstarch, high fructose corn syrup, and artificial flavorings. Your body will feel the difference between these two meals. The simple homemade soup provides steady energy and nourishment. The processed soup can lead to a quick spike in blood sugar, followed by a crash, leaving you feeling tired and unsatisfied. Embracing the art of simplicity is about returning to what works. It is about trusting the wisdom of generations past who lived long and healthy lives on simple, wholesome food. It is about making your kitchen a place of nourishment, not a laboratory of complicated experiments. Choose simple foods, cook them in simple ways, and enjoy the profound benefits to your health and well-being. Now we will delve into a treasure trove of health that is often right under our noses. We are going to talk about the power of the pantry. I'm referring to those humble, overlooked staples that can form the backbone of a wonderfully healthy diet. These are foods like legumes, root vegetables, and whole grains. They may not be trendy, but they are incredibly nutrient-dense, wonderfully affordable, and remarkably easy to prepare. Let's start with legumes. This category includes all kinds of beans, lentils, and chickpeas. For centuries, these have been a primary source of food for people all over the world. There is a very good reason for their popularity. Legumes are a fantastic source of plant-based protein. Protein is essential for maintaining muscle mass, which is incredibly important as we age. A single cup of cooked lentils provides about 18 grams of protein. That is the same amount of protein you would get from eating 3 large eggs. Legumes are also champions of fiber. Fiber is crucial for a healthy digestive system. It keeps you regular, helps control blood sugar, and can lower cholesterol. That same cup of lentils contains about 16 grams of fiber. This is more than half of the recommended daily amount for most adults. To put that in perspective, you would have to eat about 6 slices of whole wheat bread to get that much fiber. And compared to white bread, the difference is even more staggering. Beans like black beans or kidney beans are similarly powerful. They are packed with protein, fiber, and important minerals like iron and magnesium. They are also incredibly affordable. A bag of dried beans costs very little and can provide the foundation for many meals. Next, let's rediscover the goodness of root vegetables. These are the vegetables that grow underground, like potatoes, sweet potatoes, carrots, parsnips, and beets. Because they grow in the soil, they absorb a wealth of minerals. We have already mentioned that a potato is a great source of potassium, but let's also talk about the sweet potato. A single medium-sized sweet potato provides over 400% of your daily requirement for vitamin A in the form of beta-carotene. Vitamin A is vital for your eyesight, your immune system, and the health of your skin. You do not need to buy expensive supplements when you can get so much goodness from a simple, delicious sweet potato. Carrots, of course, are also famous for their vitamin A content. Parsnips, which are like a sweeter cousin to the carrot, are a wonderful source of fiber and vitamin C. Root vegetables are also very grounding and satisfying. They are full of complex carbohydrates, which provide a slow and steady release of energy. This is much better than the quick burst of energy you get from sugary snacks, which is always followed by a crash in energy. Now, let's turn our attention to whole grains. It is important to specify whole grains. This means the grain is in its complete form, with all three parts: the bran, the germ, and the endosperm. The bran and germ are where most of the fiber, vitamins, and minerals are found. Processed grains, like white rice and white flour, have had the bran and germ removed, leaving only the starchy endosperm. Oats are a perfect example of a powerhouse whole grain. A bowl of oatmeal in the morning is one of the best ways to start your day. It is full of a special type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. This fiber has been proven to help lower cholesterol levels. It also makes you feel full and satisfied for hours, preventing you from reaching for unhealthy snacks mid-morning. Let's make a real-life comparison here. Imagine you have two choices for breakfast: a bowl of oatmeal or a sugary breakfast cereal. The oatmeal will provide you with about 4 grams of quality fiber and a steady supply of energy that will last until lunchtime. It is like putting a solid log on a fire. It burns slowly and consistently. The sugary cereal, on the other hand, will cause a rapid spike in your blood sugar. It is like throwing a piece of paper on the fire. It flares up brightly for a moment and then quickly burns out, leaving you hungry and tired an hour later. Brown rice is another excellent whole grain. It is a great source of magnesium, which is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in our bodies, including muscle function and bone health. Barley is another fantastic and often forgotten whole grain. It is exceptionally high in fiber and can be a wonderful addition to soups and stews. These pantry staples, legumes, root vegetables, and whole grains sustain our energy and health far better than packaged snacks. Consider a typical afternoon snack. Many people might reach for a package of cookies or a bag of chips. These snacks are high in sugar, unhealthy fats, and salt. They provide a brief moment of pleasure, but leave you feeling sluggish and craving more. Now, consider an alternative snack from your pantry. How about a small baked sweet potato, or a handful of roasted chickpeas, or even a simple apple with a spoonful of peanut butter? These snacks provide real nutrients. They provide fiber to keep you full and complex carbohydrates for sustained energy. They support your health instead of detracting from it. Let's also consider a vital nutrient, vitamin D, which is important for bone health. Health authorities often recommend that older adults get around 800 international units, or IU, per day. This can seem like an abstract number. To get this amount from food, you would need to eat about 4 to 5 ounces of salmon, or you could eat about 6 or 7 ounces of canned tuna. Another good source is fortified milk, where you would need to drink about 8 glasses. Understanding these comparisons makes it easier to see how you can meet your needs through real food, in addition to safe sun exposure. The power of your pantry is about realizing that the most effective foods for your health are often the simplest and most affordable. By stocking your kitchen with beans, lentils, potatoes, oats, and brown rice, you are giving yourself the tools to create countless healthy, satisfying, and delicious meals. It is time to stop overlooking these humble heroes of nutrition. They are the true foundation of a diet that sustains energy, supports health, and allows you to thrive. So now that we understand the importance of simple whole foods, let's talk about how to make this a reality in our own lives. This section is about practical steps you can take in your own kitchen. Healthy eating should not be a difficult puzzle. It should be a simple, enjoyable part of your daily routine. The first step is learning how to shop smarter. The modern grocery store is designed to be confusing. It is filled with clever marketing and tempting displays that can lead you away from the healthiest choices. A simple rule of thumb is to do most of your shopping around the perimeter or the outer edges of the store. This is typically where you will find the fresh whole foods. You will find the produce section with all the fruits and vegetables. You will find the butcher's counter with fresh meat and fish. And you will find the dairy and egg section. These are the areas that should make up the bulk of your shopping cart. The center aisles are where the highly processed foods usually live. This is where you find the boxes of cereal, the bags of chips, the cookies, and the frozen dinners with long ingredient lists. Of course, you will need to go into the center aisles for pantry staples like beans, rice, and oats, but try to be very focused when you do. The next tip for shopping smarter is to ignore the claims on the front of the package. The front of a box is advertising space. It is designed to sell you the product. You will see all sorts of appealing words like all natural, heart healthy, or made with real fruit. These phrases can be very misleading. A cereal box might shout heart healthy because it contains oats, but if you turn it over, you might see that sugar is the second ingredient. A fruit snack might say made with real fruit, but it is mostly sugar and corn syrup with a tiny bit of fruit concentrate. The most important skill you can develop is to read the ingredient list. The ingredients are listed in order of quantity, from most to least. If sugar, or one of its many other names like high fructose corn syrup, is one of the first three ingredients, you should probably put the product back on the shelf. A good rule is to choose products with short ingredient lists, filled with words you recognize as real food. If it has a list of chemical names that you cannot pronounce, it is not a whole food. Making a shopping list before you go to the store is also a very powerful tool. Plan out a few simple meals for the week and write down exactly what you need. When you are in the store, stick to your list. This will help you avoid impulse buys of unhealthy snacks and will also help you save money. Once you have brought your healthy foods home, the next step is preparing them. The key here is to keep it simple and to plan ahead. One of the most useful habits you can adopt is what is sometimes called batch cooking. This just means preparing larger quantities of basic ingredients at the beginning of the week. You can use these pre-prepped foods to assemble quick and healthy meals later on. For example, on a Sunday afternoon, you could roast a large tray of vegetables. Put some chopped carrots, broccoli, onions, and sweet potatoes on a baking sheet, toss them with a little olive oil, and roast them until they are tender. You can store these in the refrigerator and add them to your meals all week. You can also cook a large pot of a whole grain like brown rice or quinoa. This can be a side dish for dinner one night, the base of a salad for lunch the next day, or added to a soup. You could also boil some eggs to have on hand for a quick, protein-rich snack. Making a big pot of soup or stew is another wonderful way to prepare for the week. A simple lentil soup or a chicken and vegetable stew can provide several hearty and nourishing meals. It is just as easy to make a large pot as it is to make a small one. With these components ready to go, putting together a meal becomes very fast. For dinner, you could have a piece of baked chicken, a scoop of your pre-cooked brown rice, and a generous portion of your roasted vegetables. It is a balanced, delicious meal that takes only a few minutes to assemble. The final piece of the puzzle is making healthy eating a lifelong habit, not just a temporary change. The most important advice here is to start small. Do not try to change everything about your diet overnight. This can be overwhelming and can set you up for failure. Instead, pick one or two small, manageable changes to make each week. Maybe this week, your goal is simply to eat one extra serving of vegetables each day. Or perhaps you decide to swap your sugary breakfast cereal for oatmeal 3 times this week. Once that new habit feels normal, you can add another small change. It is also essential to find healthy foods that you genuinely enjoy. If you despise the taste of kale, do not force yourself to eat it. There are plenty of other wonderful green vegetables to choose from, like spinach, broccoli, or cabbage. Healthy eating should be a pleasure, not a punishment. Experiment with different whole foods and simple recipes until you find a collection of meals that you look forward to eating. Finally, pay attention to how you feel. When you start to shift your diet towards more whole foods, you will likely notice positive changes. You might have more sustained energy throughout the day. Your digestion might improve. You might sleep better at night. Connecting the food you eat with how good you feel is a powerful motivator. This positive feedback loop reinforces your new habits and makes you want to continue choosing the foods that nourish your body. By shopping smart, preparing food simply, and building habits slowly, you can make a whole foods diet a seamless and joyful part of your life. This is the path to lasting health and vitality. We have covered a lot of ground today, so let's bring it all together. The main message is a simple one. It is time for us to return to the basics of good eating. For too long, we have been distracted by confusing diet fads and clever marketing. We have been led to believe that health comes from a special powder, an expensive berry, or a complicated set of rules. But the truth is much simpler and has been right in front of us all along. True lasting health is built on a foundation of simple, unprocessed whole foods. It is about embracing the humble and affordable foods that have nourished people for generations. Foods like beans, potatoes, apples, and cabbage. It is about finding joy in the art of simplicity. This means cooking simple meals with just a few good ingredients. It means trusting your body and giving it the real food it knows how to use. This is not a diet of deprivation. It is a way of eating that is abundant, delicious, and deeply satisfying. It is about feeling more energetic, improving your digestion, and giving your body the tools it needs to thrive for many years to come. I encourage you to take one small step this week. Maybe you will try a new recipe with lentils, or simply add an extra vegetable to your dinner plate. Remember that every small choice in the right direction makes a difference. If this message resonated with you, please subscribe to the channel for more simple, practical advice on health and well-being. Please also consider sharing this video with a friend or a family member who you think might benefit from hearing it. Please remember, I am not a doctor. The information I share comes from extensive research and my experience helping people with their diets and health goals. Always consult with your own healthcare provider before making any significant changes to your diet. Thank you so much for watching.